will see 90% are failures. I'm a late night guy, I'm a party guy. How many of those party guys are successful? Have you seen them? They're sitting in the bar, they're fighting with each other, correct? And next morning they have a hangover and they get fired so often from their jobs,
Talking about nonsense.
correct? So my point is, it's all auto adjustment. Nature also provides you too. So if you go by the nature and do the way nature asks you to do, you will see a lot easier to accomplish. So don't confuse the need to correct with failure. So, I mean, there's a difference between failure. If you want to correct the failure, also you need, don't confuse it. You have to go with the natural, and you have to go with the required things which you have to do to become successful or to do, to grow in your life, rather than just trading off things with different things which are not really useful there.
It's like a plane too. The plane's going from here to San Diego or California. It
Yeah.
always goes off course, but then adjusts itself to go back to its goal.
Of course, yeah.
So it's something like us get to do.
And again, the capacity, law of capacity or law of expansion, like we say, expansion, stop thinking one door and start thinking many doors. If when you get out of one door, there is another door, and there is another door, and there is another door. So don't limit yourself. You don't have any idea about your capacity. Like I said, we didn't even touch our 88% capacity, even as an above average. And average didn't even 90%.
So today's a day about love. Stop thinking about one love, and start thinking about
multiple
it.
love. Oh yeah, of course.
So one minute.
Said, we are here. I mean, this has been like all day long.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding. I want to follow Mr.
Say, that's
Maxwell.
why I'm allowed to have 4 wives at once.
Just don't tell the other 3.
Stop thinking one door and start thinking many doors. There are always options. There is more than one way to do something successfully. The odds of arriving anywhere increase with the creativity and adaptability. Movement with the intentionality creates possibilities. Movements with intentionality creates possibilities. Failures and setbacks can be great tools for learning. So never get frustrated with your failure, because failure is giving a detour or a different path to get to somewhere. Because so always think that this is the way, it doesn't work. Let me try the next. Like Edison did that. When they asked him, how come you failed 200 times? He said, no, I never failed 200 times. I learned 200 ways it doesn't work. So that's the attitude you should have about failures and setbacks can be great tools for learning. Knowing the future is difficult. Controlling the future is impossible. So knowing the future is difficult and controlling the future is impossible. So you don't control that. Knowing today is essential. That's a very important thing. Knowing today is essential and controlling today is possible because you are in the moment. You have the control. You can do whatever you want now, but you don't know for tomorrow because it's just a promissory note to me. We don't know whether we are going to wake up tomorrow morning and this oxygen is going to be in my body or not. I will be able to or not. But you know right now, this moment, I'm alive. I'm sitting here. I can do whatever I want. Success is a result of continued action filled with continual adjustments. So you have to make adjustments every single day in your life because you're growing. And when the growth is impossible without change. If you're doing the same thing which you have done already, what the results are going to be? Same results. So if you want something better in your life, you have to do something better, which you never did it. You have to make a change in your life. So now the question is how to increase your capacity for action. So here we go. Stop doing only those things you have done and start doing those things you could and you should do. Because if you're doing the same things which you have already done, nothing is going to change. But now start doing those things you could and should do, it will change. Will you continue to do what you have always done or try something new? Obviously, new. What we should do can and is still shifting in importance. What we should do can and will shift in importance. Expansion requires leaving your comfort zone. That's it. Again, law of rubber band right there. Stretching yourself, coming out of your comfort zone. Life starts where the comfort zone ends. That's how the real life starts. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Making mistakes is a sign that you are actually doing something. If you're not making mistakes, it means you're not doing anything. So making a mistake is a good sign that at least you're trying something, which is working or not. That's it. That's the result of that. But if you are not making any effort, you're not making any mistake, obviously. So it means you are doing nothing. Stop doing what is expected of you and start doing more than is expected. Did you get this point? Stop doing what is expected of you and start doing more than is expected. So we live in a culture that gives trophies for just showing up, like we discussed last time. What a nonsense. That we are presenting trophies for just to the losers. They just showed up and they got a trophy. That's
We're cheating
Yeah.
the children
yes.
because they're not growing up learning that there are winners and losers.
Yeah.
And when they get mollified through participation trophies and being, everybody gets,
Yeah.
a pat on the back because they tried regardless of whether they did anything or not. All of a sudden, when they turn to be young adults
Yes.
in the real world, and they get slapped upside the head because they have done something completely
Yeah.
unacceptable, they don't understand.
That's very disgusting to me, honestly. Just presenting trophies to people because they show up. They're losers. They did nothing. If you are presenting to the winner, it makes sense, but not to everybody.
They do
And
that
that
in
ruined our
Olympics.
culture.
I was joking, they said, did they do that in the Olympics?
Yeah. So, okay. Expanding means we must do more than is expected. We have to expand ourselves. And obviously, when we expand ourselves and we go to our maximum capacity, which is way, way more than we think, so we will grow. And growth happens when you go beyond your comfort zone and go beyond your limits.
And I think the wonderful thing is, I mean, we're studying this because we all want to grow.
Yeah.
It's not that you have to be 200, 400, 800% better
Yeah.
than everybody else. But when you do a little bit more than is expected, you stand out.
Of course.
Because most people don't.
Yeah.
And if you want to stand out and have a little bit of extra contribution, have a little bit of forethought and planning,
This is, and the last point which he told is amazing. And if you just remember and jot it down on your planner every day, every morning, if you see that, it itself makes you grow. Stop doing important things occasionally and start doing the important things daily. That's all. Think about that. Just that only one line. If you think every day for a minute on that, will make you to grow, period. It's all. Like we just wait for occasions to do certain things, and occasionally we do certain things. Stop doing that and start doing the important things daily. One small important thing daily, like learn something new. We were talking about learn something, do something new, and think about after 365 days, it's going to change your life. And that's called the personal growth. You don't have to be like a rocket scientist in 1 year. No, this is not a requirement. You want to grow. And your personal growth is going to be one step at a time, and you have to do it yourself. When is the time to not to do important things? That's the question. When is the time to not to do important things?
Never.
Remember, success is determined in your daily plans. So whatever planner you use, you just write like this one sentence and it will make you to grow itself. Once you read it, you'll feel something, and at least for next 30 minutes, 40 minutes, somehow you're going to do something which you never expected or which you never implied. And measure your capacity. Expand your capacity, expand your impact. Your impact is a direct function of your capacity. There is nothing in your past that determines your future. Your capacity must grow. Ask yourself where your impact is right now. And now ask yourself where you would like your impact to be. And that difference is the limit of your capacity. So you have to expand. Your capacity, you make sure you decide yourself how far and how farthest you want to go in your life, and just start working on that one step, baby step, one day at a time, and you will see the growth. Any feedback on this?
There's a statement that I've always loved. Somebody told me once, talked about stepping into greatness is a choice. And if you ask the question, who must I become to be able to manifest what I desire to achieve? That becomes the ideal that you're moving toward. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get there tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's easy for us to understand the characteristics that a person who could achieve what I desire to achieve would have. And where I know where I am and I know where I therefore want to be, that becomes the guidepost to the skills, to the attitude, to the relationships, to the resources. So when I can gather the right relationships and resources and develop the right skills and have the right attitude about it and commit to action, to become who I must become, to be able to manifest what I desire, then it becomes very clear what the path is. And everything that's not on that becomes irrelevant. And when you can focus on that, then that drives this whole area of expansion. And so to me, that becomes a very meaningful concept of
course.
Stepping into greatness to become who you must be to manifest it.
Okay, so let's jump on the last and the final law, which is called the law of contribution. Growing yourself enables you to grow others. The life is all about giving, not taking. Whatever God gives you, you have to be a river, not a reservoir. It has to flow through you. That's why you are a leader. Leader never keeps things to himself. He passes on. So if you want to grow,